Hi, and welcome to the Sassy Merit podcast, where we dive into the most controversial topics in the equestrian world.
We give our unfiltered opinions and say the things that others won't.
With 4 hosts from different backgrounds, we bring a mix of perspectives, experiences, and even a few debates.
So saddle up, it's going to be a fun one.
Hi guys, welcome to the Sassy Merit podcast. I'm Ellie.
I'm Alex.
I'm Robin.
I'm Amy.
And today's controversial topic is money versus talent. So, do we think money can buy talent?
Yes.
I agree with Amy. Like, if you have endless money, like, you can go to any direction in the sport that you want to.
Yeah. But then again, if you have the money, can you just buy a nice horse and then ruin it?
But if you have so much money, you can just buy a second horse. Like, if you ruin it, just sell it. Like, just the people like that with money probably aren't like looking
And
at
they don't care if you're going to take a loss.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter.
And it's really hard to get somewhere in the sport with no money.
Yes, absolutely.
I think the four of us can agree with that.
Yeah.
We're all just paying for this ourselves, like,
Yeah.
you know, on like minimum wage jobs.
I'm literally fighting for my life, like on a slow week, working 60 hours a week,
Yeah.
and nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
But then, like, because whenever I was younger, I was like, I'm gonna be a dressage rider, and I'm gonna be like at the top of the game.
Mhm.
And then I came crashing and burning down to earth whenever I realized that you needed to be like a millionaire.
The highest you could get would probably be like DI to some extent, and then if you wanted to do any other like international competing for Ireland, I think you'd need a lot of money for a
Yeah.
really dear horse.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
But even
It doesn't matter how good you are.
the whole
Yeah.
even competition fees and everything that goes along with it.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. If you're wanting to go
it's too
international.
much. 'Cause even when I was doing EI, I was looking at entry fees and
How much are they for any?
I cannot remember off the top of my head.
Are you talking hundreds? Like,
Yeah. it's
By
all
the
things
time
that show
by the
judgment.
time you register yourself, register the horse, and you pay an entry fee, I think the entry fees were like 75, 80 a pop. And like you're travelling all that way, and I did one, and I was like, if I was to do multiple of these this summer, I would literally be bankrupt.
Yeah.
Because you're doing everything else that comes along with
Yeah.
it, all the prep, everything else. You're going to arena hires every week.
and your diesel fee and all, like,
And
if you're traveling across the
exactly.
country.
Everything.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to afford that on a normal person?
I went to Galway with Pepsi, and I told her, and I think my fuel came to like literally €350.
Oh my god.
Yeah, with like
What?
yeah, with like totals and stuff. I think this year for SJI, I think we're talking 200 and something to register her and me, but that's me for the whole year. Like
Yeah.
I'm
my
trying to
God.
like justify that, and then your competitions, I think are anywhere from like 20. They were 20 last year per class.
20.
£20 per
That's
class.
not actually that bad.
But that's just your league shows. But if I was jumping, you know,
Like
like classes
qualifying?
at cabin or qualifiers, then you know you're talking more.
Right.
And then when you qualify for Balmoral Show, you have to obviously pay your entry,
Yeah.
and it's like £80 I think it was, and then you have to pay your stabling if you want it.
Yeah.
And I was told, now I don't know how true this is, but I was told if you qualify for Dublin, like you're looking at probably like a, you know, 2+ grand all in.
I've heard
What?
stuff like that.
Yeah, for your stable, because you're not just there for the night. You're there for a few nights, and then your entry
Yeah.
fee and all.
Yeah. And like, there's some places that put a rule in that you cannot stay just for one night.
Yeah, well, when I go to Cavan, I actually totaled this up, my last one. I think I was looking about €500 for the 3 days I'm there, and that's my accommodation, her stabling and entries, and then like food and fuel, like that's everything. And I do that twice a year, so there's a grand already
Oh my god.
on 2 stay away shows, and then that's not including like I have to go to Tipperary, Galway, for my and potentially like another one in Dublin for my Dublin qualifiers,
That's my word.
and they're all a
Insane.
couple hundred to go. Like, so being an amateur, yeah, I do think money is a massive impact. I
Yeah.
can't win money either as an amateur. I only
Oh,
win.
no way.
I only win in kind. So like if the prize is in kind of 500, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to get like whoever sponsors it, you get products from them, but you don't
Oh
actually
my
win.
god.
You can get vouchers and stuff, but you don't actually win cash. So
Oh, that's really shit. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
now league shows are different, but amateur shows, yeah, you don't win money.
I didn't know that.
So you can't even like put that back into the pot.
Yeah. Yeah, that would make you feel even better if you could like.
Yeah, but
you know.
sometimes you get like TRI vouchers, which are really good, because then you're like, okay, my next day away, I'm going to buy my shavings there.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
you're
yeah.
kind of not spending money,
Yeah.
but yeah, you don't make money as an amateur.
I just think it's really like people have tried to argue this. It's always people with money that try and argue it, though, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Because like a normal person, like you would have to save up for that kind of stuff. Like you'd have to
Yeah,
like
I
watch
budget
what
it.
you spend and stuff.
Yeah, knowing that I'm going away, like I'm not even going away, I'm literally going down south, like I'm not even going international.
Yeah.
But like knowing if I'm going to do that, I think the first one is like maybe August or something. Like I know, like May time, I'm like, okay, it's pretty £50 away
Yeah,
here.
watch your spending then. Like
Yeah.
So all I wanted to do, I always just wanted to compete, and it's more just for like a bucket list. Like I always wanted to jump around Balmoral, not just to say I've done it. You know, like I wanted to do all the easy things. I wanted to do like register, dress out, blah blah blah. But then see with the vet bills I've been hit with, like I don't think I can do anything. Like maybe for a few years.
Mhm.
And I was talking to somebody who obviously had money.
Yeah.
And they were like, "What do you mean a few years? Like, is your horse lame?" And I was like, "No, my horse is sound." And they were like, "Well, then just go out this summer."
Yeah, but
And I
like
was
the
like,
money to do it.
Like,
Yeah.
where do you think this money's coming
I
Yeah,
from?
don't understand that like everything you'd saved up has went on vet bills.
Yeah.
Like doesn't matter how talented you or Benny are, you need the money.
Yeah, and see the amount of people that go, "Oh well, it's daddy's money anyway that bought you the pony." No, it's not. That actually like sends fury like through my entire like no.
But people are so used to that in horse world. The daddy's
Yeah,
money.
daddy's
they just,
money.
Yeah.
Now, I'll sit here and say, without my dad and my mum, I would not be where I am. Like, they bought me my
Yeah.
trailer, they bought me Cookie, that then I sold to buy
Yeah.
Pepsi. Do you know, like, and like they bought me Tango and stuff, so they bought me my first few horses. And then I was able to make a sale on one that allowed me to buy the other. But, like, they bought me my stuff, you know, to take her about, and they told me about it for years. My dad bought me a horse lorry. So, like, I don't like
See,
so
daddy's money.
It was daddy's money.
That's this over here. Well, no, like don't get
But
me
I'm very
wrong.
fortunate to be in that position.
But like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, I wouldn't be where I am without my mum and dad. But like Benny was all my money, and my horse box was all my money. But my dad chose it
Yeah.
mainly because I'm not drive.
Yeah, but there's a difference between your parents helping you out with stuff like that, and it's like, here's a pony.
Yeah.
And they're also hard-working parents. That also have to set money aside and sort of watch
Yeah.
what they're spending to be able to give you
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
not just like millionaires that are going like, here, take whatever horse you want.
Yeah, you have a range of 5 ponies.
Yeah.
Which ones do you want to take to these 3 competitions?
Yeah.
But it's like we're sitting here with one horse each. I know we're very, very privileged to be in that position, but to move away from like what I do as an amateur, or like if you wanted to do Dressage Ireland, to move away from that, you are probably going to need a string of horses,
Yeah.
and to afford that on one being on livery, I think honestly it's impossible. You would then need sole use of a yard,
Yeah.
and is that then you renting or you buying? And then to do that as us,
Yeah.
I honestly feel it's impossible.
Now I did get very lucky. There was a time where I was riding ponies. I was loaning a horse, and then I had the ride of another horse, and then I had the ride of 3 ponies. But I was in like a not really relevant year of school, like it was years ago. And then obviously like I sat my GCSEs, I sat my A levels, I did my degree, and then I'm working like 2 jobs. Like I wouldn't have the time to ride all those again.
But again, whereas if you were coming from money,
Yeah, you
you would need 2 jobs.
Yeah.
You might want a job for your own headspace, but it's like you probably wouldn't.
You could do like 20 hours a week and just have
Yeah,
done with it, like you know. But yeah, like I didn't realize. Well, no, I think I did. To be fair, I think I did realize how lucky I was that people were asking me to ride for them,
Yeah.
and I was lucky as well because of we short legs.
Yeah, you could still ride.
Like you know, getting flung on like these
Yeah.
M&Ms and getting sent around the arena flying.
Yeah.
But like that was like the dream, and like I say to you all the time, like see if someone were to come up to me and be like, "Oh, would you be a rider?" I would literally like jump down your throat. Like that is my dream.
Right for people.
Oh my god! Like I would do literally like you put me on whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like see if you were paying me for it, I would like. It's gonna
But
kill
then
me probably.
You
never
have to have some sort of talent for someone to be like, oh yeah, I would trust you on my horse.
And unfortunately, that's where it ended.
Oh, don't be saying that.
I've been in that position, but I wasn't paid.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just got the ride.
I just got to ride like multiple horses every day, but I was the same as you. Well, I had just started uni, but it was COVID, so like uni was all
Yeah.
online, and I was working a job that was like away.
Yeah.
So I was like more than able to go up, ride 3 horses, and then
Yeah.
go to my part-time job. Like I couldn't train of doing that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, full time.
With
Like-
full time.
But you
Yeah.
just couldn't because you need to go to work to get money to be able to afford
Yeah.
the small things like livery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I was very fortunate that I wasn't getting paid, but I wasn't paying for them either. I was sort of just like paying my entry fees for
Yeah.
competitions and stuff. Like I couldn't imagine going out like competing or arena hiring or anything as much as I did now
Yeah.
Or like I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine doing that now.
But like I could say the same thing. Like when I had 2 horses at one point, I couldn't afford to, and I was trying to buy a house.
Yeah. That's it,
You know.
Shannon. At the minute, like
Yeah.
we're trying to save up for a house. I'm like, Benny broke his egg again. And like I turned around to him this morning and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, Daddy's coming, like hitching up the horse box, and we're going to like stock up on shaving
Yeah.
and stuff." And I turned to him and I was like, "I'm so sorry, like we're not booking a holiday for another few months yet."
Yeah.
Like, and he was like, "Well, Benny needs it. Like, it's not like I'm going like, if Benny needs any pink rug."
No,
it's
they're
like
necessities.
Yeah,
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 but
it
like,
was
buy stuff
bad.
that you need.
But
Yeah.
like, that's crazy that it's like nowadays with how pricey everything is, we're budgeting for shavings.
I
Yeah.
found Shannon as you said that.
Carruthers.
Put them in my bed later.
What is in my pocket?
But
So crispy.
then
It's just Shannon.
I do think though, like to get to a certain level, you do need some sort of talent. Like you need to know at least how to walk trot and canter.
But
Pop a small
if
fence.
you have that much money, you can get a lesson every time you ride.
Yeah.
So you don't actually need to know what you're doing. If someone's shouting at you the whole time.
It's like I obviously don't know how American barns work, but I always see that. Like they always get lessons when they
Yeah,
ride in
there's
their
always
barn.
somebody
Yeah.
there.
And when they go to a show, they go with their trainer.
The trainer,
I could
yeah.
never dream of that.
And the trainer warms them up and all.
Yeah.
I would love that. I would do so well. I just forget how to like. I'm in a warm up and I'm like, trot, I guess.
Yeah.
But it just seems interesting too.
Yeah, different cultures, the way they do it.
Yeah.
Then that would be a lot of money, surely.
But then also I feel
Yeah,
a bit
personally.
cheeky because I'm like, yeah, like I'm so talented and like I have just no money in that, so I'm just not good enough.
Do you think if you had loads of money, you'd be anywhere else? I don't. I think I would just own Elsie. That's the difference. I'd still be plodding around doing fuck all.
Now, see, to be fair, see if I had more money,
You would be doing more.
yeah,
Yeah,
I would be doing a lot more.
I'd like to
I
have
would
another
be.
horse.
I just want. You're like, I have no ambition in life. I want to drop circles for 10 minutes and then get off and give her
Remember
loads
when
of
I was
money.
doing 4 or 5 years ago, and now I have a little fat cob.
Yeah.
Whereas I was out jumping around courses and doing the eye and stuff when I was riding a horse that was worth a lot more than I could ever afford.
Yeah.
And now I have
Yeah.
a little bog pony.
I would probably just gather more bog ponies. And
Is
it's
that
like
your
a
dream?
yeah.
Bog?
I would have a
At
bog.
this point,
I'd buy
I'd
a bog.
as well. But I think
Shrek.
You live in this little ogre
Oh, I would love a mule as well. I would do that.
Mule, donkey, bog.
Yeah.
I think I hopped on the bog ponies because the lack of money and stuff was so demotivating for me. Like I really
Yeah.
lost the love for it.
Would you rather have like a sport horse kind of thing, or you like cobby types?
I mean, I've always sort of wanted a wee like project cob.
Yeah.
Like learning to ride at riding school, like I used to get put on all like the 4-year-old cobs that would come in like half broken and they'd be like, here,
Yeah.
you ride that one. It's
Yeah.
like, don't get me wrong, it's always been on my bucket list, but like, would I rather have something that I could go out and compete on? Maybe.
Yeah, like if I could afford a horse, it literally could take me to 130. I'm not going to say no to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like, but I don't have the money to get myself to that
Yeah.
point.
Don't get me wrong, I love him, but like,
Yeah, it's like same here. I love Pepsi. I'd never replace her. But if someone was
Unless
like,
you had a lot of money.
she would still stay. But if someone was like, here, do you want to buy my 145 jumper? If I had the money sitting to buy a 145 jumper, like I'm obviously
Yeah.
going to say yeah.
Well,
And then
I,
if you're
Sorry,
that much money,
I wouldn't say it.
we were literally
you could
talking
get
last
lessons.
week.
scares me too much.
We were
that's
literally
you.
talking last week, and I was like, oh, I would love a draft.
yeah,
Big old chunky draft.
Yeah.
very traditional. Yeah,
Yeah, like 17 hand, like bone. Like I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I
the
don't
double
know.
decker bus.
I know I'm 5'3", but we'll just move on.
yeah.
I want a bit, but then I'm like part of me's thinking, even if I can afford that, like say for whatever reason I didn't have Benny and I bought a big draft, I'd have to sell my horse box.
Yeah.
He wouldn't fit.
Got a wee hole in the roof.
His
Yeah.
ears poke out.
Then also my dad's car couldn't tow any bigger.
Yeah, that's my issue. Like
So,
if I had to tow too, I'd have to get a different car. 'Cause
Yeah.
my car would only tow Pepsi.
my polo would not tow anything. Benny would tow my polo.
yeah, like a chariot. But I do think overall, money will always get you further in the sport
Yeah.
than talent.
Honestly,
Like
in
there's-
life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's some really, really talented riders out there without a doubt that should be.
They should be higher up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they
I
don't have
agree.
the money or the financial backing behind them,
Do you
and
ever-
it's shitty. Like there should be more like bursaries or
Yeah.
you know like.
Yeah, but who's gonna fund those?
But that's what I'm saying.
England
Like
do quite a lot of things.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's over in England.
there
There's
should be
loads.
that option of like like the SJI or the event in Ireland, that they have bursaries for, to bring younger talented riders up.
Yeah.
But I know then, like you say again, where does the money come from to be able to afford that?
And also, I feel like things like that could get really ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
I think
would fight someone doing
yeah.
that.
But, and then, like I
Sabotaging
do,
horses
I
and shit
would.
to get
Like,
money.
yeah.
Like, people can be nasty.
I wouldn't sabotage a horse.
I know
but
you wouldn't, but
people would.
people would.
But an ideal,
I
like,
know you
happy-go-lucky
wouldn't.
world, like, that's what should be happening.
You bitch. Oh, sorry, continue.
But, like, in an ideal, like, happy world, that's what we should be doing. It's, like, putting funding in to help talented riders that don't have the funding from their own self
Yeah.
or families, like, to then get them to go to an international to represent Ireland, But I just don't think it'll ever happen. Now, that's I'm speaking from my knowledge. Potentially that does happen, and I just don't know that.
Do you think?
We gotta get to them.
Gotta get them there.
Do you think, all of you, if you had money, like, do you think you're good enough to go further if you had money?
No.
But now, is that
Straight
because?
up, no.
But is that because you've not been able to avail from a horse to teach you? Like, I know Rue taught you a lot, but you
Yeah.
haven't been on, like a 130 jumper or
But
like.
I don't think you get the joy out of, like see what, like, I go to places, right? I'm terrible at this, and I'm like, it's just a schooling round. I'm just going for experience.
And you're
I
competitive.
have to win.
No, but what I'm saying is you're talking that you don't think you would have the talent, but you didn't come up through like a riding school. You taught yourself.
Yeah,
Like-
you taught me. No, you taught me for a week and then let me go.
Look at you, you're flourishing. But like if you came from, weekly or 2-3 lessons a week, if you had the money
true.
on a horse and knew what it was doing to teach you,
Yeah.
do you think then you could get further? You're saying no
Probs.
because you've never had that. The door's never been open for you to do
Yeah,
that.
true.
Yeah, but then would you want to? Because you just don't give me the vibe that that's something. My leg is in so much pain right now.
Yeah, I enjoy. Like, see, when I was on Rue and we were doing the wee Two Face and stuff, that was like the time of my life, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
But I think that was just because I don't know. I'm so like it's just like me and him because he was just teaching me and it was such a fun
But then
thing.
if you
But I
had the
liked it
money to
because it
buy
was
a
Rue.
younger Rue,
I
but
think
is
that's
there-
what I tried to do. I think that's what I sort of maybe have. I have the potential for it. I think.
I know she was like
Honestly.
she was viewing all these horses, and I was like, "What about this one? What about this?"
I was like, does it look like Rue? Then
Even Elsie, she was like, "It's
no, but I do get glimpses of him and her, and I think when she gets up to like teenage years, I think she could be like him.
I
But maybe I need a
I'm-
movie. I was like, it's on my back.
I think I had like a midlife crisis.
but then same question for
Don't
you.
turn on. He's gonna turn my back.
But Ellie, same question for you. If you had like the money behind you, do you think you also have the talent?
I think I'm painfully average.
So you think even if you had more money, you would?
Yeah, like
go
what
any
she
further?
said, with 2
I
or
would-
3
I would-
lessons a week. If
I would
it's-
do more, but I would do it badly.
But would you though? 'Cause it's like
we just have self-confidence
Yeah,
issues.
genuinely would you? Because I came not that long out of a riding school, had a wee like Connie Walshy thing on loan and was having the time of my life. Didn't really know what I was doing. And then got put into a yard where I was like going to the arena hires every week and getting lessons and stuff. And I actually looked semi decent.
you were doing really
Don't get me
well.
wrong, I was like I went to the eye and was like 2 minutes of the time because I was like, I'm so scared. But like I went from jumping around like a 60-centimeter course to jumping around meter time courses.
But then I also
I
am also surrounded by with the photography, I am surrounded by some incredible riders.
You've seen the best of the best.
I've seen some,
Yeah.
and I look at them and I go, "Oh, I'm so similar for me."
but do they have loads of money though? Is that how they got so good?
Also,
Do they?
backing as well.
Uh-huh.
They're that well known. Then people send their horses to them.
yeah. But then, I can't see. Maybe I just have deep self-confidence issues, but
Yeah.
I just don't
Possibly.
see.
Probably.
But see, well, I don't know if you've seen me ride. And time we say, "Do you see me ride?" You wouldn't look at me and go, "She can ride."
No, I think you're quite a neat rider. Like you're very quiet. I think that's like
You are quiet.
you just
Yeah.
sort of. I mean, you make it look easy, which is hard to do. So that would be that's the goal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I am fighting for my life. I actually.
And that's the best about it because he is a wee insert mercy.
Quirky.
Yeah, he's quirky. But you don't make it really even when he does do silly things, you don't really look like you're gonna die, which is always a good thing, you know.
It's just like a spiritual experience.
Yeah.
You die inside, but the you're fine.
But I don't know. I just feel like part of me is like, yes, with money, I would, I'd be competing all around the world and doing whatever. But then I'm like, would I just be doing it badly?
But you know what though?
But you see people out there that are doing it badly and they're still doing it.
Yeah, but then I don't know if I'd feel right about that in myself.
Do you think you know too much? No, but like
Well,
know too much
knowledge
in
problem.
terms of like to keep a horse happy.
I think
Like, do you think if you were doing it, you make your horse miserable, and that's why you don't think you'd be able to do
Make
it?
your horse miserable.
No,
Well,
but there's
there's
some people that riding, and it's like they're
Yeah,
literally
really
hauling
good.
them out their legs, or like they're literally planking on the horse over like a 130 fence.
Yeah,
Like,
that would be me. I would never get that.
do
far.
they not
I'd maybe
know
get to
enough?
90 with
Do
my-
you know what I mean? Like, do they not know enough that it's like, do they only care because
Ignorance is
they're
bliss.
doing it, that they don't care about the horse's welfare? Whereas we've all come up being like, our horses are a priority.
Yeah.
So now you know that. Do you think that prevents you?
But I
from
think
going
as
any
well,
further?
like I know I said I want the event,
Mhm.
because I don't want to, but I think I've had I'm a rehab queen. Like every horse I'm on has been rehab at some stage, so I've been really into dressage, like so dressage heavy, and I feel like that's probably what I'm best at. So see now, like right, everything has to be perfect. Like everything has to be neat and tidy and perfect. And
Yeah.
I am paying someone to rip me to shreds. And like, see, whenever like I'm riding around the school, like I'll say like you and like Gemma and stuff, I'm like crucify me. Like I want you to nitpick every single thing. Like I have like a phobia of white gloves because I hate my hands.
Yeah.
Like you know, I'm so like obsessed with it, and I just feel like even if I were to jump higher, like I'd say I had a horse that was like a Grand Prix jumper, I'd be like, well, I can't get a good canter. Like that's a me problem. So I can't go any bigger than say 90.
But a horse that's well schooled as a GP jumper is probably going to keep it.
But I can't
Yeah.
mess it up. Like I'm a puller.
Yeah.
Okay, don't go. Problem solved.
Invest in the next strap and just hold your next
A
strap.
horse at that level that's competed quite competitively will happily take you around a meter. Even
Yeah,
if
But
you're in
then
its
also
mouth.
I feel like you have
sad.
And it does depend on the horse. Some will be like dirty stoppers, but you do get those ones that are being sold to schoolmasters.
they're
Yeah.
seeing.
And they'll just
Then
walk
they're like
around.
£1,000,000 and they'll
Yeah.
do it. Anyone pick a kid, a
I
baby
would
could do it.
love to be in the position to hold one of those, like step
So
in
would I.
line. That would be
So
like a
would
dream of mine. Because it literally would get me to Dublin. Heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like achieve my goal.
But at the same time, though, because you are grafting so hard and have been trying to get to Dublin and
Yeah.
you've like had to qualify and all with something that you
Would
literally
it mean as
produced
much?
from a 4-year-old,
Oh my
that
God.
means so much more than just buying something.
100%. Sometimes I literally could picture me and Pepsi qualifying for Dublin and I get emotional about it, and it's never happened.
Yeah.
I'm like
Just like
sitting
zoning
there,
out, crying.
no, literally driving and listening to a song on the radio. I'm like, oh my god, this would be my edit song for my qualifying for Dublin. And I'm like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah, I had a dream like the other night. I saw a post on Facebook and it was about the Balmoral, like just the dates it was on. And I had such a vision, right? Like, no, I sound insane. Right, far away.
No, because the girl I'd been there.
I was like, I had this vision. So I like, but like, I always like hang about the Working Hunter Arena. And I had this vision that it was Amy, our yard owner, my dad, and Dean, my boyfriend, all like the wee start gate. And for some reason, my dad was videoing on my phone, but he couldn't watch, so he was like this, with his eyes closed. And Dean had the camera out, and you were on the phone. I don't know who you were on the phone to, but you were on the phone to somebody like updating them. And you were like, show me the first one, it's just clear. Show me the second one. Who am I talking to?
Yeah. I'm down at the shoe jumping ring.
You better Bluetooth it. Go on, girl. And I like landed, and I was like crying my eyes out, and my dad was crying. Or you weren't crying, but my dad was crying, and I was crying. And then like I like got out, and like oh my god, I was like so emotional, and I was crying in real life. And I like obviously not in my dream, like actual me was like crying, and I was like, I literally can't even jump to 70.
I cried watching Robin jump around that all.
I
I
think
also
I nearly cried, and I was minding your stall,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I was
nearly
nearly crying, and you were on FaceTime to me.
Yeah, so cute. Yeah.
What an era that was. You were there. I was. Hold on, can you mind your leggings 2 seconds? I'm trying to watch a FaceTime.
Like, how much these go away?
I'm just like,
Just
Restock
guys,
it.
Dublin 2025. I'll be it. We'll all be there.
You can mind the stall this time. I'll go
I was
watch.
going to say, is that next year? This is very
Listen, but then that also then brings us back to the money. Like, even if you qualify, like it's a couple of grand.
So
Like,
yeah,
that's
like where
insane.
does that come? Like a normal working person, like how do you get that?
If you start a podcast called The Sassy Murs and get some really good sponsors, if anyone would,
For me to get to Dublin if I qualify.
we'll wear a Santa patch.
Go GoFundMe.
What was the GoFundMe?
Get Rob to Dublin, yeah.
I still need to qualify.
Well, we'll buy you that thing.
The big
Jumps
jumper.
anything, yeah.
Come on, guys, let's
And
do
there's
it.
big glue for the sticky and the salt.
Yeah, sticky bum, leggings.
Oh my god.
I'll get you a seatbelt and
Teaser.
strap you in.
Seatbelt, yeah.
Oh my god, so you were saying you didn't want a
I
seatbelt?
love a seatbelt.
I think about where would a seatbelt take me to? Would it be like a satchel?
No, I think like
plugged in front and back.
like D-ring to D-ring, but it's like a hard.
Just
like
want to stop your butt
I would
too.
quite like it. I would quite like it over the shoulder, round the belly, neck strap. But then maybe like a backboard. So if I'm
I don't want to be
That's
this.
a wheelchair.
I don't want to be this person, but let's bring it back to the topic. Do you think it's easier to get far in the sport? Like we're talking international level in the sport when you have money.
I think
Over
it's easier.
talent.
It's easier to get to 70s if you have money.
You can just buy the pony to do it.
Yeah.
yeah, you could literally go out and buy a pony tomorrow and be at like your first show the next day.
Yeah. I think you could honestly buy a pony that would. You could probably never have ridden before, buy a good pony and jump out of 90 tomorrow.
Yeah, if you've got a really sick.
Yeah, if you have the money.
Yeah.
So
If you have the money, you go buy one. Just do it.
so what are you saying? Money or talent?
Money. Money.
Money.
I would say money. But
Disclaimer: the only reason I am so what's the word? I'm just jealous.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like straight up jealous, and see if I
Yeah.
had money, I'd be like, guys, I'm talented. What the fuck? I am
so good.
I think for the stuff that I'm like envisioning, I think money 100%, but I still do think you need like a
smidgen.
ooze,
Yeah.
a ooze of some sort of talent.
Yeah.
Do you know,
A bit of what's the word I'm looking for?
a bit of
Like-
guts. You need like a bit of
Yeah.
balls behind
You
you.
need confidence, definitely.
You need
Confidence
Low-
over talent.
loads of money,
Yeah, literally.
loads of money, set of balls, and more money.
Yeah.
Here are the three things to make a top level rider.
But see, to be fair, you have to care about the horse a wee bit.
Yeah.
Smidge.
Maybe a wee bit of balance in there too. It's one thing. It's one thing going out and buying a horse that can jump around the 120 course, but you fall off for the first time.
Yeah.
Sticky
That's
bones
true.
and good glue.
But then if you've got the amount of money that you're, like we said, you're getting weekly lessons, potentially 2 or 3 a week, and you're riding multiple horses, you're going to improve like that.
Yeah.
So much faster than you ever
But
could.
there is also people who just don't have it.
100%. Like you have to in
Yeah.
every sport. There's always gonna be someone that has it, and there's always gonna be people that don't have it.
You need
But-
like a drive for it. Like you need
yeah,
to be like
you need the
'cause
motivation.
You could book 3 lessons a week, but 2 of those it might be raining. We can go. I don't want to.
But if you've got enough money, you're gonna be an indoor. You're not gonna give a shit.
that's
If
fair
the
point.
rain,
That's fair point.
Circus tent.
you can just just tow yourself to an indoor. Actually, you be in a lorry, just drive yourself.
My chauffeur. Take the Oakley.
So overall consensus:
Money.
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 Money will get you further in the sport than talent.
And another consensus, we're all just jealous.
And we're all per.
We're all per.
Yeah, that too. Sponsor.
But
What's funny?
on that we're per, we are thinking potentially we'll see what the waters are like. At the end of every month for our last episode, we might do like a what we spent on our horse this month as
Oof.
amateur people. And I think that would be a nice thing to say, like, this is expensive. This is what we're paying, and
Yeah.
you know, as everyday 9 to 5 people.
Yeah.
So if anyone would be interested in us doing stuff like that, please let us know.
I did the vet bills trend for last
Pricing,
year.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't even want to talk about how much I've spent on shoes this month. No, actually, it wasn't this month. That's a lie. It was January.
Oh yeah, new month, woohoo! New month, new shoes.
New month's £0.
So now you heard what our opinion is on this topic. I think it's about time we go on to our expert. Who we have today is Shannon Carruthers, who you may know as Shannon in Dallas.
Hi, I'm Shannon Carruthers, and you might know me as Shannon in Dallas on TikTok. I own an 11-year-old Connemara called Dallas, also known as Rathing Sam. I've owned him since he was a 4-year-old, and I would mostly do showing and working hunter with him, specifically Connemara classes, and sometimes I would do intermediate show hunter or the small hunters with him. This idea that you can buy your way to the top of showing and working hunter, I think is 100% true. I think see if you can buy the best horses and the best instructors, the best equipment, you're going to win. And unfortunately, that's just the way the showing and working hunter world is. Saying that, obviously buying a top quality horse comes with a lot of commitment, a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, but you can definitely buy a win. I believe it is 100 times harder for riders who aren't as fortunate with money than others would be to make their way to the top. I would say it's definitely a lot easier in this sport if you have a lot of money. I do think a lot of really amazing riders are stuck at lower levels due to lack of money and lack of funds. Like, my absolute dream is to go to the big English shows, so like Hoy's, Royal International, all them type of shows. But realistically, I know Dallas is never going to take me there, which is awful to say, but it's true. But the problem is I would have to sell him to get another horse that could possibly take me there. And I do not have that heart to sell him. Like, I've debated for years selling him in order to make my way up in showing, because I'm on a livery yard, I'm a student, like, I cannot afford 2 horses, but I just don't have the heart to sell him. Like, we've been doing the same thing for the past 4 or 5 years, getting the same sort of results, but I fear that we are stuck, if you know what I mean. Like, we're not going to get any higher in showing. In conclusion, I think money is a huge factor in showing and working hunter, but it is doable for riders with less money. It is just 100 times harder.
We just wanted to say a massive thank you for Shannon for taking the time to have some input on this topic. And now it's time for our sponsor.
This episode is sponsored by Kiva O'Hara Equine Services. Are you in need of reliable equine transport? Look no further. Fully insured and with a reputation for reliability, Kiva offers award-winning horse transportation across all of Ireland. No matter the distance, your horse will travel safely and comfortably, arriving ready for whatever comes next, and at competitive prices as well. And it doesn't stop there. Kiva also specialises in professional clipping services throughout County Down, leaving your horse looking and feeling their best year round. Kiva is also fantastic with young horses, ensuring they have positive, stress-free experiences. Her gentle and professional approach makes all the difference when it comes to setting up young horses for success. Fully insured, professional and always friendly, Kiva guarantees your horses will be in great hands. For more information or to book your service, visit at Kiva O'Hara Equine Services on Instagram or Kiva O'Hara Equine Clipping and Transport on Facebook. Kiva O'Hara Equine Services, where your horses are in trusted care. This episode is sponsored by Ellie Johnston Photography. Are you looking to capture the perfect moment with your horse? Whether it's an equine event or a special photo shoot with your beloved pony, Ellie Johnston Photography specialises in creating stunning images that last a lifetime. From those winning moments in the ring to candid, heartwarming portraits, Ellie brings a unique touch to every shot. Whether you're in need of stunning visuals for your sales ad, want to create cherished memories with your heart horse, or need content that perfectly reflects your brand, Ellie Johnston Photography has you covered. Based in Northern Ireland and with a variety of affordable photoshoot packages tailored to your needs, Ellie brings a passion and creativity to every shoot. From breathtaking product photography to heartwarming equestrian moments, she knows how to turn your vision into a masterpiece. For more information, visit Ellie Johnston Photography on Facebook or at @EllieJohnston_photography on Instagram today, and let her capture the bond you share with your horse.
A massive thank you to our sponsor for this episode, and now it's time to head back to the pod.
So we're just going to go straight on to the listeners take the reins and our game for this episode. So what I thought we could do was pretty fun. Would be I'm going to read horse ads from HorseQuest, and I want you to guess what you think the horse is worth.
I'm so out of touch with this.
I'm so bad and I'm excited.
So I went for like an all-rounder, a show jumper and an eventer. So I will start with the all-rounder. So it says top quality family all-rounder. It's a warm blood, big gelding, 11 years old, and it's 16-1. And the first thing it says is it's a fabulous mother-daughter share. So he seems to have done everything. You know, he hacks well, he's jumping up to 110, he schools really nicely, he works in a nice soft outline, he's active paces, so basically everything you would want. You know, they're saying that he's quick off the leg, but he's not sharp. Seems like a very nicely well-schooled horse.
What's wrong with him?
Nothing that I can see on the ad.
Wait, is this based, what country is this based? Ireland or England? Cause,
It's England.
okay, so they're a wee bit more expensive, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. Well, we all take a guess then. I'm gonna go 35.
I was gonna say like 20.
I was going to say like 25.
Oh god.
Ready?
Yeah.
12 grand.
Oh, what a king! We should get him in England as well.
Yeah.
I was way off.
I think it's lame.
Liam.
No.
Oh, Liam. I was like Liam who? Liam Gallagher.
I was Liam Payne.
Oh no.
Where's the soul?
Reincarnated as this horse.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, so its title is Winner of Antrim 5-year-old Championship. So it's a
50
British
grand immediately.
British warm blood. It's a 5-year-old bay mare. She's 16 hands. So she has 6 newcomers, double clears, I think, is 110. I think newcomers is 110 or a meter. And she was the highest placed at the 5-year-olds, and she qualified, and she won the final round. She's got pretty good breeding behind her. Just says she's careful, full history known, clean X-rays.
She's a baby. I feel like she'd be.
And she can have a baby. She's a mare.
It's very so interesting.
22 grand.
Okay, you go.
Are you? What the hell?
I'm scared because my guess was so high last time. I want to go really low, and it's going to be the opposite, and I'm going to get stressed out.
I was gonna say like 15,
Okay.
12. I think fine.
So 12. Just
Okay, and you said 22. I'm gonna go 25.
ready?
Yeah.
40,000.
I said that the first time. Oh my god! I said immediately 40. I should not have doubted myself.
Offers around 40,000.
Y'all, can we rewind when I said 40? That was my real answer.
Okay.
What do you mean? 12. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
It's a typo. One too many zeros.
400. 400. There's
4,000.
4 quid. 40p.
Okay. Last one.
No, hold on.
No,
wait.
he's thinking on it.
Was it 40,000 pennies?
Yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm just reading you the ad.
Mr. Safe does it all, gelding, can put your granny
What was
on.
the age there? He was only 11 though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he wasn't 47.
No, he was 11.
47 years old.
Yeah, and he was
11 is peak, isn't it?
I cannot comprehend that. See, if
Okay.
somebody was like, Benny would offer 40 grand, I'd be like, sorry. What?
Sure.
Right.
Sweet.
This is my last one that I have, right? This is like towards eventing. So it's an Irish sport horse. Nope. Grey Gelding, 9 years old, 16.3. He is athletic, he's talented, and he's bold. He's pretty good breed. He's breed lock VDL. Basically he's only for sale because the rider can't commit to the time that he deserves. He's currently jumping 140 plus at home. He was brought over from Ireland as a 5-year-old. Lives in or out, no vices. Basically, like pretty simple.
He's a
Easy
king.
This
You're
is
right,
what I
George.
would spend most on.
Yeah, he sounds
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
Shall we take your GoFundMe and
Syndicate.
then buy him?
Syndicate's welcome.
We'll call him Sassy Mer.
What do you think? Sassy Mer, what is it, like a syndicate?
60.
60? Okay.
60 sassy money.
32,500.
Nice.
Damn, you specific.
She
She saw that.
I didn't say it.
I don't even know where to go on this one. He's jumping 140, was it?
He's jumping 140s at home.
Okay, yeah. 50. No, 45.
40.
I was closest.
So
guess.
him and the mare are roughly, like, offers around is what they're asking for. So, what did you all think then about the owners and what they were selling their horses for? Would you have agreed? We're going to have a post up on our Instagram, so you could comment on that and let us know if you agreed with what we were saying, or did you agree with what the owners were selling their horses for? Just let us know what you were thinking.
Okay, and thanks for listening. You can find us at Sassy Mers Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. You can find me, Amy Copa, on TikTok, or Copa Equestrian on TikTok and Instagram.
You can find me at RH Show Jumping on Instagram and Robin Hartley on TikTok.
You can find me on ab.eq on Instagram and TikTok.
And you can find me at Ellie and Ralph Fun on Instagram and TikTok, and Ellie Johnston _photography on Instagram, Ellie Johnston Photography on Facebook.
Bye! Bye!